When we come across Psalms, it's natural to feel a connection to the divine. These ancient songs have stood the test of time, offering comfort and wisdom to generations of believers. One particular psalm that resonates with many is Psalms 45:2. This verse speaks directly to the heart of what it means to worship God, inviting us to approach Him with reverence and awe. The context of this psalm can be found in 1 Chronicles 29:10-13, where King David is speaking to his people about the importance of acknowledging God's sovereignty. He emphasizes that everything we have comes from God, and it's only right that we give Him praise. In Psalms 45:2 itself, we find the phrase, "Thou art fairer than the children of men." On the surface, this may seem like a poetic expression, but in reality it's a declaration of God's majesty and beauty. As we delve deeper into Psalms 45:2, we'll explore what it truly means to find our value and worth in God's eyes. We'll examine the parallels with other biblical passages and consider how this verse can enrich our understanding of worship and faith. Biblical context and key passages. Psalms 45:2 is not an isolated verse, but rather a culmination of biblical themes and ideas. It's rooted in the understanding that God is our Creator and Sovereign, as seen in Psalm 24:1, where David declares, "The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it." This concept is also echoed in Isaiah 41:10, which reminds us that God is with us, and we need not fear. Similarly, in Psalm 27:2, David affirms his trust in the Lord, saying, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" The emphasis on God's sovereignty and beauty in Psalms 45:2 resonates with these passages. It encourages us to approach Him with reverence, acknowledging His majesty and power. In this sense, Psalms 45:2 serves as a call to worship, inviting us to see God for who He truly is, fairer than humanity, yet accessible to those who seek Him. This verse reminds us that our worth and value come from God alone, not from our accomplishments or achievements. This understanding has far-reaching implications for our faith journey. By embracing the truth of Psalms 45:2, we can deepen our relationship with God, cultivate a sense of awe and reverence, and find our identity in Him. Meaning and key themes at its core. Psalms 45:2 is a declaration of God's beauty and majesty. The phrase, "Thou art fairer than the children of men," speaks to His transcendence and holiness. By using these words, the psalmist conveys that God is not just our Creator, but also our Sovereign, worthy of worship and adoration. This understanding has significant implications for how we view ourselves and our place in the world. When we recognize that God's beauty far surpasses human standards, it challenges us to redefine what we consider fair or beautiful. It encourages us to look beyond external appearances and cultivate a deeper sense of inner beauty. In this context, Psalms 45:2 serves as a powerful reminder that our worth and value come from God alone. We are not defined by our accomplishments or achievements, but by our relationship with Him. This truth has the potential to revolutionize how we see ourselves and others. The psalmist's declaration in Psalms 45:2 also speaks to the theme of worship. It invites us to approach God with reverence, acknowledging His sovereignty and majesty. By doing so, we can experience a deeper sense of connection and intimacy with Him. This idea is echoed in other biblical passages, such as Isaiah 6:1-5, where the prophet Isaiah has a profound encounter with God's holiness. Similarly, in Psalm 148:13, we read, "Let them praise the name of the Lord, for His name alone is exalted, His majesty above earth and heaven." These passages remind us that worship is not just about our individual experiences, but about acknowledging God's glory and sovereignty over all creation. Practical application today. So, how can we apply the truths of Psalms 45:2 in our daily lives? One practical way is to cultivate a sense of awe and reverence for God. This might involve setting aside time for quiet reflection, prayer, or worship. Another approach is to reorient our understanding of beauty and worth. Instead of looking to external sources for validation, we can find our identity in God's eyes. We can ask ourselves questions like, what does it mean for me to be fairer than the children of men? Or how can I reflect God's beauty and majesty in my life? This process of reorientation requires a willingness to let go of worldly standards and expectations. It demands that we trust in God's sovereignty and His definition of beauty. By doing so, we can experience a deeper sense of freedom and joy. Ultimately, Psalms 45:2 encourages us to approach worship with a sense of wonder and awe. It invites us to see God for who He truly is, fairer than humanity, yet accessible to those who seek Him. As we reflect on this verse, may we be reminded of the depths of God's majesty and beauty. And may our hearts respond with reverence and adoration. In conclusion, as we've explored Psalms 45:2, it's clear that this verse is more than just a poetic expression. It's a declaration of God's sovereignty, beauty, and majesty. By embracing the truth of this verse, we can deepen our relationship with God, cultivate a sense of awe and reverence, and find our identity in Him. As we go about our daily lives, let us not forget to approach worship with a sense of wonder and awe. Let us see God for who He truly is, fairer than humanity, yet accessible to those who seek Him. May the truths of Psalms 45:2 continue to inspire and guide us on our faith journey. In doing so, we'll find that our worth and value come from God alone, not from our accomplishments or achievements. We'll be reminded that our beauty and majesty are rooted in His holiness and sovereignty. And as we reflect on these truths, may our hearts respond with reverence and adoration.